One thing that narcissists tend to say, one of their favorite lines, especially towards the person that they are scapegoating, is, well, why are you isolating yourself? If you're isolating yourself, then what are we supposed to do? You go over there and you isolate yourself all the time. Shut up. Really, what they're mad about is the fact that you are taking space. You have a right to take space, to distance yourself, to be to yourself, and that is not you isolating yourself. That is you just taking space. But what they want to do is they want to weaponize you taking your space and make you feel bad, make you feel like you're committing a crime just because you want to take some space. Really, what they're saying is, why are you not coming around and giving me your energy? Why are you not coming around and giving me the attention that I desperately crave? Why are you not coming around and giving me your supply? Why are you taking space from me? Because now I'm feeling ignored. Now I'm feeling rejected. Now I'm feeling neglected. And now I'm feeling abandoned. And I can't handle all of these feelings and these wounds that I have within myself. So I'm going to make you carry the weight and the burden of my wounds. I'm going to make it seem like you're doing this on purpose to hurt me. And you're doing this just to piss me off and just to harm me and wound me even more, when really I'm just not able to accept the fact that people are able to take space. I've been traumatized from people that have taken space from me. They have ghosted me and left me and abandoned me, and I haven't dealt with that yet. So when people take space, I think that they're doing something personally to attack me. They feel like they're being personally victimized by Regina George when you decide to take some space. And here's another thing. A lot of times, what can happen is the one that is being scapegoated, they tend to take space away from the group when the group is being nasty to them, being mean to them, and ostracizing them. So it's like the group tends to ostracize and outcast you away from everybody else. And then when you decide to not run back and chase them, when you decide to not force yourself to be around a group of people that have made you feel unwanted and unwelcomed and unappreciated and tolerated to begin with, you decide to take some space and go to yourself, and you're like, I'd rather be in my own company than around bad company. I'd rather be to myself than around another group of people that are making me feel like shit. I'd rather be alone and be by myself than be around a group of people that ignore me and make me feel alone. Because when you, oh, come on, spirit. Here's the thing, they are afraid to be alone. They are afraid to be by themselves because when they are alone and by themselves, they are left with their own thoughts and they don't want to deal with their own thoughts. They feel the need to be around people so that they can protect themselves from how awful they feel when they are alone. So because they know that they cannot be alone, they need to be around people. They need to be around another group of people to feel validated and to feel good about themselves. They are threatened by the fact that you are able to be to yourself. You are able to be independent. You are able to take space and be to yourself without feeling the need to be around other people. They cannot understand why you like to be so independent and why you like to be to yourself and why you don't feel the need to have other people around you. They can't understand that because they don't do it themselves. So they feel inadequate to you and they feel even more inferior to you because they basically see that despite everything these people are doing to you and how they're making you feel, you still have the strength to, one, walk away, two, stand alone, and three, be to yourself and not feel insecure, not feel inadequate, not feel lonely because you're like, I'm not lonely, I'm independent. I love myself. I love my own company. I love being to myself. And yes, I love coming around other people and being social and mixing and mingling with others. But also at the same time, I enjoy my solitude. I enjoy being to myself because I don't want to be around people 24/7 and meshing with all of these energies. I like to be to myself at times. When I want to be around people, I'll be around people. But if I don't want to be around people, I'm not going to be around people. You see, I'm not going to force myself to be around people just to feel less lonely. That's what they do. They force themselves to be around people so that they don't have to feel lonely. And the fact that you can be to yourself and you don't need to have an entourage, you don't need to have groups of people around you, or even if it's not a group, even if it's just one other person. Because a lot of narcissists tend to get into a relationship or just are dating someone in a situationship just because they don't want to be alone. They need to have at least one other person in their energy, in their inner circle, around them, in their personal vicinity, just so that they can feel less alone. So, why do they accuse you of isolating yourself? It's because they feel like you taking your space is a personal attack on them. One thing about narcissists is they take everything personally and feel like it is an attack to their ego. It is bruising them, it is hurting them, and they feel like anytime someone does something in their own life, they're just living their own life, staying in their own lane, just being their own person. They feel like you being your own person is a personal attack on them because they feel like whenever people are in their lives, they feel as if they feel entitled to have people revolve their lives around them. They feel entitled to have people always include them and have people always have them around. That's how so they get so annoyed with themselves and they start to project that irritation onto you. Like, you know how if you ever got into a conversation with somebody that's a narcissist or just has narcissistic tendencies, that you are just purely just trying to be to yourself. You're like, I really don't have the energy to be around people right now. I want to just be to myself. I want to just enjoy my own company. And you're just trying to enjoy yourself. And then you're being sucked and pulled into some drama, into some nonsense, into some trivial conflict, all because you're trying to be to yourself. They want to make you seem like you're a bad person for being to yourself. This is the thing about narcissistic people. They are so controlling. They are so controlling to a point where they just expect for you to fully enmesh them into your lives, and they just want to be all up and intertwined within your life because they feel like the more people I have around me, the more attention I can get, the more supply I can get, the less lonely I can feel. They also accuse you of isolating yourself because they are envious of the fact that you are able to be independent and unapologetically independent. The fact that you can be to yourself, you can be independent, you don't need an entourage of people around you, you can enjoy your own company. They feel envious of that because that's something that they cannot do. You got to understand that a lot of narcissistic people, they are just weak, insecure people that don't have much strength within themselves. So any type of internal, come on spirit, any type of internal strength that they see within somebody else that they do not carry within themselves, they feel inadequate. They feel inferior to you. They feel like you are superior to them because you have more of an inner strength that they do not carry within themselves. So because they are feeling inferior to you, they are feeling inadequate when they see you unapologetically being yourself, and they know that they have not gotten to that point yet within their own growth because of how, oh, thank you. They feel so much shame. They feel ashamed of themselves. And shame is one of the lowest vibrations, okay? Shame is one of those down in those vibrations of hatred, okay? So because they feel so ashamed of themselves and they are carrying so much shame, it's such a low vibration. It's all within your root chakra and it's painful. It's painful to carry shame. You feel it's in your root chakra, but it's all in, it's like the energy, you feel it like in your heart, in your chest, and it's really like you feel it in your throat. It's all in your head and your shoulders. That's where the shame is carried. So because all of this shame is so prominent up in their head and it's just mind-boggling to them, they have to throw that energy outwardly and to project it onto somebody else. That's why they throw that shame onto you and make you carry it. They want you to, come on, they want you to feel bad for taking space and being independent, all because they are intimidated at the fact that you are able to be independent and they are not. So they want to make you feel bad for the fact that you can be to yourself and you don't need an entourage of people around you. They want you to feel like you are the one that is doing something wrong so that they don't have to feel wrong. They don't have to feel bad. So they want you to carry their shame so that they don't have to. They want to make it seem like it's a crime to be independent, all because they cannot be independent. Whatever narcissists project onto you is the things that they feel ashamed about within themselves, and then making you seem like you're doing something wrong. You are not doing anything wrong. You are taking your space. You are being human. And if they had the strength, they would understand.